Hi there. I'm Nancy Myrland with Myrland Marketing and Social Media. And I just thought I would go on live because I haven't been live for a while. And I've been doing a lot of LinkedIn training lately and thought that something was on my mind about something I discussed, something I'm asked about a lot. And I thought, you know what? I think I just need to share this while I'm thinking about it. And it has to do with what I have boiled down to the three reasons for using LinkedIn. So, as you can see there, the three reasons for using LinkedIn. And this won't take very long. So, thank you so much for being here. If we haven't met, I'm Nancy Myrland with Myrland Marketing and Social Media and LinkedIn Coach for Lawyers. So I'm so glad that you're here. It's nice to see you again. Or if you haven't been here, it's nice to meet you. I appreciate you being here. And again, we're going to talk about the three reasons for using LinkedIn. Let me bring up the comment section in case there's anything here that you want me to know about. But again, I want to make this easy. One of my jobs, hi Sabrina, how are you? One of my jobs is to make the complex simple and to, in lay terms, help you understand why you should be spending time on LinkedIn. And I've really boiled it down to three, and I've been using these three for a very long time, and I will probably use them for a very long time. So let's talk about them. I think and these aren't necessarily even in any given order. They really are. There are three things that I think you should keep in mind. And it will help you focus the time that you spend on LinkedIn because one of the concerns, and I was just talking with a client today when I did two one-on-one LinkedIn trainings today, and one of the comments that was shared with me is, you know, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't want to waste time on LinkedIn or anywhere really. And I know it can be, an incredible amount of time that I'm spending there. And I don't want to do that. And so, what should I be doing? Why should I be doing this? And so here it goes. Really, the three reasons. The first one, again, these aren't in any particular order. Just the first one that I'm going to talk about is to find those with whom you want to do business. And when I say with whom you want to do business, that could be, let's extend that a little bit and talk about that. Those could be people that you want to be connected to because either you want to do business with them or you are already doing business with them, or they might be a referral source, or they could be a member of the media, trade media. They could be bloggers who cover your practice areas. But you want to be able to find those people. So it's to find those people with whom you want to do business or to connect. So I'd say that's number one. The second plays right off of that, and it's to be found by those same people. So when I spend so much time talking about let's create a content strategy for the next, 90 days, for example, and let's talk about, the things that are most important to you and to your practice, and let's talk about your keywords and key phrases because we will use those in your LinkedIn profile all over the place, but also because we will build a content marketing strategy out of them. But when I talk about doing things like that, then to be found by those people happens as a result of some of those best practices and creating a profile and having hi Brad and creating a profile and having a presence, meaning what you do on LinkedIn on a regular basis that helps other people find you. So the first one was to find those with whom you want to do business. The second is to be found by those people that you want to do business with. And then the third is to turn contacts into connections. Now, what does that mean? That means that you and I could have 200 or 10,000 contacts in our database, whether we have a sophisticated CRM, customer relationship management system in place at our firm or firms, or it could mean that they're in our phone. I mean, it could mean whatever I have sitting here. Don't look at my case, it's really battered. It gets a lot of use, and I've dropped it a few times, okay? But it could mean that we have a lot of contacts and that most of them probably are not anybody that we have any contact or any connection with. So when I talk about the third reason, again, in no particular order, is to turn contacts into connections. It means that those people that we care about, those contacts, we have the ability on LinkedIn to actually turn them into a true connection. And obviously, by the word connection, that means that we want to connect with those people. And to connect with those people means that you have to interact with them. So everything that Cynthia, your neon live sign, do you like that? I know, which yeah. So it's really about turning contacts into connections. So that if let's say I am a contact in your database, I've signed up for your newsletter, I am either a client or potential client, or I'm a referral source. And you might say, you know what, she's just a contact. What have we done with her? Well, we haven't done anything with Nancy. We haven't done anything to really connect with her. When you start to send, because I've self-selected, when you start to send me your newsletter, when you go find me, and I'm just using me as an example, it could be anybody. When you go find me on LinkedIn and you react with a piece of my content, or you click a reaction, or you make a comment, or you decide to follow me, which is just one step short of sending an invitation to connect, then those are the sorts of things that turn your contacts, raw data, raw people. That didn't sound right, did it? Raw people. It's like raw cookie dough or something, right? People into people that you've actually connected with. And that's what you want to do, is to actually make a true connection with the people you care most about. So it's really those three again are to turn contacts into connections. No, that was the third. The three really that I want in the order that I started with is to find those people with whom you want to do business, to be found by those people, and to turn contacts into connections. Now, that is not to say that you might just want to go hang out on LinkedIn for a while because you want to learn and you want to absorb information. Well, I say those are people, let's extend that first one. Those are people you want to be connected to. Those are people with whom you want to, and if we stretched out the meaning of business that you want to do business with, that includes people you want to learn from. So I learn an immense amount just by spending time on LinkedIn because I've chosen my network. I have decided what invitations to accept and not accept. So again, turn I was going to do the third one first again. To find those with whom we want to do business, to be found by those people, and to turn contacts into connections. And let me show Sabrina. Hello, how are you? It's so good to see you. And Brad, yeah, you're welcome. Oh, I love your t-shirt, your Superman t-shirt. My good friend Roy. And don't you know Roy? Roy Sexton? Did you go to school together? I don't know why. Either I'm putting that connection, so to speak, together, or I'm just, making it up. And Cynthia, I know my my neon live sign. Yeah, it's. I saw somebody else with a live sign. I don't know, a couple months ago, and I thought, oh, you know what, that could come in handy. And I didn't get the one that I saw, but I saw that online, and I thought. Yeah, I need one of those. And most would use it because it's a signal to someone else in the office that, they don't wanna be interrupted, but, at this point, I get it because I turn it on because it makes me happy. I like it, and it's really kind of in my colors. It's a little blurry in my background, but purple and pink are, as you can see, are part of my logo. So, yeah, so I just turn it on really now too because I like it. So thank you for noticing it. And Sabrina, I'm good. Great tips on LinkedIn. Thank you. I mean, this is a really simple one, I know, but again, I haven't gone live in a while, and I don't know why. I just haven't taken the time to do that. I know you're all busy, so I'm always telling myself, "Oh, everybody's too busy." So I need to stop telling myself that and just continue to share content. And there have been a lot of people lately who have said, you know what? I just got accepted for LinkedIn Live. And so it appears as though LinkedIn is still rolling out LinkedIn Live to people. And how should I make the best use of it? And I'll give recommendations to people in groups about how to best use it. And all of a sudden, I think here I am giving people recommendations and I'm not going live myself. So that's why I decided to. I have a 3 o'clock webinar with the wonderful and fabulous and brilliant Mari Smith, a course that of hers that I'm taking for I think the next 2 weeks. And Mari, if you don't know her, is she's she's the Facebook czar. She is sort of the be all and end all of information and strategy on Facebook and Facebook marketing and relationship marketing. And she was, I would call my first she's the first person that I took a course from. You could call her my mentor. I often think mentors have to be somebody who you're, really in close contact with, but I call her that anyhow. But she's the first person I really learned from, and I went through her certification course in 2009 to become, I think it was the first social media certification course that was out there, program that was out there. And so she has this very special place in my heart. And we've stayed in touch really through social media, mostly on Facebook. But I haven't taken any of her courses since then. And I would say, she she gave me a springboard so heavily that I haven't taken any more of her courses since. But she advertised one recently that I decided to take advantage of. And so I have that here in about 9 minutes. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to use this time to go ahead and go live. And let's see. Yes, you and Roy, I thought so. Roy and I both graduated from Wabash. Please give my regards to John, who was my cousin. Now, stop that. Who was my cousin Dave King's college roommate. Did I know that? We just had dinner with Dave and Marianne about 2 weeks ago. Wow. If I did know that, I'm sorry for forgetting. But wow, it's a very, very small world. Sabrina, I just got accepted to LinkedIn Live a few days ago. Excellent. Well, that's great. I can't wait to see you use it. Obviously, my tool of choice is StreamYard. It has there are a lot of benefits to using StreamYard. And so I would recommend it. You can go live to a lot of places at once. And you can use it as a record only platform too. So I would recommend it. If you ever want to take a look at it behind the scenes, then just let me know. I know, Sabrina, didn't you take weren't we in a weren't we in training together in those early days for Mari? I don't know. Because I know Mari's our connection, our mutual connection way back then. That's actually kind of a long time ago. But really in social media, it's like in dog years. In social media years, it's probably 5,000 years because we've all gone through so much. But again, it's just about 8 minutes till Mari's training starts. Yes, we went through that together. Yeah, it was Mari's certification course was, what was it? 8 weeks. We met twice a week. What was it? 2 or 4, 2 hours? I don't remember. All I know is that I spent about 16 hours with the rest of my cohort. Again, this is in 2009. And we went into intense training on every platform that was available at the time. And even had to, because it was a certification, had to pass tests along the way in I know, Lydia, yeah, in social media years. We had to take tests along the way before we could proceed to the next day, the next training. And then it culminated in a live training. It was optional, but why wouldn't we want to do that? I think 2 day, 3 day immersion weekend where we were together for 2 days. I think it was 2 days straight in San Diego, which is where Mari lives, and learned even more. So it was a pretty spectacular way to get started and adding the social and digital media component to my marketing consulting practice. So for those of you who just tuned in, I just talked about the 3 reasons for using LinkedIn. One is to find those with whom you want to do business. The second is to be found by those people. And the third is to turn contacts into connections. So that's you just got it. That was the basis of the entire conversation. And then I just, of course, in visiting with everybody, had a chance to talk about a few other things, including that I'm taking, and that's where the Mari Smith comment course, whatever came in, is that's Mari is where I got my certification. It was the International Social Media Association, ISMA. And yeah, those are wonderful days. I'm thankful for them. So I guess that's it. I don't see any other comments from you. So I just wanted to let me bring back up um, my information. And if you have any questions for me, just let me know. And just in case you're curious, I'm going to be opening back up my LinkedIn coachforlawyers.com course probably next month. And if you go to LinkedIn Coach for Lawyers, LinkedIn Course for Lawyers, sorry, LinkedIn Course for Lawyers.com. See, I didn't even prepare a banner for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't have one. I have an old one down here. But LinkedIn Course for Lawyers.com, then you could get on a waiting list to be notified when it's going to open again. But this will be the second time that I open it. And I'm excited about that because the people that went through it before give me recommendations and it helps me to improve the course every time. So I'd love to have you, but no pressure. If you just want to know when it's coming out, then just go to LinkedIn course for lawyers.com. And I've had this question: do you have to be a lawyer to take the course? No, no. Everything in it is a really strong recommendation for any professional, whether you're a business professional or a legal professional. So we'd love to have you. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate you more than you know. Take care.